having a beautiful day that comes across this. Just watching some news, I guess. Does not look good. It's pretty immense, honestly. Every few weeks I look up where things are headed, because sometimes I watch a little too much news and it's never ending, really. However, saw today that ports are going on strike, and everywhere. I didn't see. Let me see real quick. Let me turn on the volume. So let me strike deadline at midnight tonight. Possible port strike. I saw in a few comment sections that the sentiment was everyone knows about it, but first I heard, I woke up and I saw port strike and I was like, oh god. Because seeing strike leads my mind to two different things. And I did paint the head black, so it does look a little bit more proper. Excuse me. I think I'm gonna organize the desk a little bit because I don't have much room to move anymore. Oh, that reminds me. Futon had these little jelly sticks. And there's no corn syrup or anything in it. It's a really good spot for sweet treats. They're really tasty. And really nostalgic. Forgot my little garbage can. So I need a bag for these guys. I have a bag of bags over here. I have a tendency to hoard bags a little bit because craft supplies always need organizing. And yeah, perfect. It'll look like I got them from a shop. And my other bags. Haven't really been making incense or anything, so I have a ton of herbs that I gotta start siphoning through or burning or something. The biggest jar possible of rose petals, but I haven't done as much as I thought I was gonna do with them. Try to get them in a nice pile. They blow right off the desk, so I've been needing to get a better workflow. Big desk is here, however, it's right up against the wall, so I can't really situate. Here, let me turn the news off. I just I'm very ignorant to many situations globally, and I mean, I can watch as much news as my mind can handle. However, always going to be missing pieces, so I don't really try talking about it because I don't know what to say. And it's just getting a little It's been a little while. Hey. I kind of made some black ones and they came out ideal. Put this in a very important place. This is ideal for brushing fibers on and coloring the feathers. So I'm gonna print a thing to hold these today. I have a box, a sewing box. It's just I don't know if it'll hold them all. And I'm trying to get a nice little factory going and printing what I can. I love the heck out of this. I know I show this all the time, but it's a ratcheting screwdriver, and you pull these out. You got Phillips and 2 flatheads. It's one of my favorite yard sale finds. I think I got it at a yard sale in my grandparents' garage. Some things bleed together. Let's see. And I don't know if I showed these, but these are like, I think they were like $5 for about 100 of little brushes, perfect for glue, paint, resin. Disposable makeup brushes for lipstick and eyeliner. I don't know if anybody ever needs a tiny little brush, but that's a great way to find them. Disposable makeup brushes. Alright, so I have some storage bins. I'm trying to get a little strategic because then I could make stuff out and about. I think for hello Ancient Carbon Maps, how have you been? As well as Yellow Beard James Gibson, how you doing today? Been listening to Happy Day every day. I always forgot that song existed, and it's such a good one. Alright, so I was going to put all the Sharpies in a jar, or like a sorter, but I think they like to be on their sides to keep the felt tips moist. I could be wrong. I know that's the practice for alcohol markers. Where can I put? Just want it accessible. So I guess I'll go here for now. I keep these ones out because red and black. And they're only 2 chisel tips I have, and they don't take much room. And I did want to say this is not a used flea brush. I meant to say that this came in a kit that had like nail clippers, and never used it because it was so ideal. Because even before using it for fly tying materials, I was like, oh, that's perfect. Because brushing yarn for tassels and other craft supplies. So, organizing the dust a little bit, and then I want to try to make one of those, I already forgot what it's called, dang it, the blue one. One of these again, but with more flash at the back, because this one's kind of weak in that department, and probably more bait fish. I'm really focused on bait fish, because I think that's going to be the most useful for me personally, until I could tie shrimp. Oh no, I crushed my crabs. I haven't made the mold yet with these, because I can't get the eyes right. I think they might be a little big. And I found a pattern called EP Crab, I think, and that pretty much what I have. The EP fibers I have aren't the best. They're just 19 colors or 18 colors for $19 on Amazon. More like doll hair. It feels just like Barbie hair. And really bright, vibrant colors. I mean, that's what I'm working with now. I do have a few things picked out, however, it's a very vast world of materials, and I could actually heard on a documentary someone say that It took him a good 5 years. That's where the pile of them went. It took him 5 years to gear up a bunch of material. Slowly acquiring. Called Corbett, and trying to get the phone number to this. There's a little cabin in the entrance, and it has a whiteboard with all the numbers for, I guess, hunts that, catches that. What is a hunted? What's the verbiage for that? Like, if you catch a bunch of fish, that's your catch. But if you hunt something, what is your hunt? But anyway, I guess boars, deer, and turkey. I don't know what the season is, but I'm trying to find the number for this thing because A, I could volunteer, I'm more than happy, but B, I want to meet some people in there because maybe the things that they hunt, they might have fur or scraps of fur. I met a trapper out here at a yard sale, and I know there's a lot of trappers out here, so I was also trying to find some contacts for them, and I figured Corbett would be a good spot to start. Hey! That's righteous. So this was a bangle, an Indian bangle, and it has loads of, I just have a tiny little scrap of it. I took the mirrors off of the rest of it. Tiny little mirrors. I can never cut mirrors. And this one has a tiny scrap of ball chain that just fell off. And that'll be eyes. Really tiny eyes. That's quite exciting. Oh, there's another piece. Yeah. And that's a good 1, 2, 5 sets of eyes. And a bunch of mirrors, so I'm sure I could figure out something to do with them. Let me try to make scales. But, let me think. I'm still in pajamas. But, the shirt is mad comfortable. And, get myself to take it off. But, found this at a thrift store the other day. And I think the depth might be a little nicer to keep everything in. And I have a bunch of stuff that I haven't even really messed with, and totally forgot that, because I was waiting until I was a little bit more experienced to use this stuff. I have these, I don't know how useful they are, well, like the quality I guess, but really nice spikes. I believe they're called biots. They just came in a really affordable kit. But got peacock curl. Totally forgot about that. And I've just been using the long bits from feathers that I found on High Ridge in Lantana. And tons of wild peacocks live in that area. A friend of mine had a warehouse, but I don't think he owns it anymore, that tons of wild peacocks lived. And even white peacocks, which would be immaculate to find some feathers. So, trying to get some volunteer work in any of the parks to find, like, some of my brightest feathers that I personally found are from, believe it or not, Lion Country Safari, because they got all kinds of things back there. And they have these little paddle boats, and there's always feathers floating on it, and they're these bright coral looking feathers. And I couldn't believe how sturdy the individual fibers are. And I think that's what I keep seeing. On some smaller flies, I see like the super fine feathers, and I think it's just this. Because when you look at it closely, it looks like bug legs. It looks like it could be for wings, a bunch of different, my ADHD is 100%. How's Fairsight and Straight or Ruin it? I forgot to have a few little proper materials here that I haven't really messed with for my kit. And oh no way. I had saddle hackle this whole time. And this looks totally different than my little weak boys. Compared. Really nice olive color. I do have olive, what is that called? Dubbing. And maybe, okay. So there's the flash. Oh. Let's see. And I have this, I'm not exactly sure what it is. It looks like moss. And it's stretchy. It's stretchy. Really stretchy. Maybe they're legs? Not sure. Very stretchy moss, but it's kind of nice little combination of textures. And do have some feathers, but I'm so afraid to use them. Such a small pinch of each. But I know this stuff could, oh! See, I haven't really looked at this stuff since the day I got it, and I've just been focusing on getting my hands like right and getting used to holding the thread and the mechanical side of things. So looking at them again, it's amazing how different it looks. Like that looks like a proper fish. Nice. So maybe I'll do this. This stretchy stuff, I'm not exactly sure what it is yet. So I keep it with the legs because that's the other stretchy stuff I have. Shoot, what am I gonna do with all this? Maybe I should keep one thing just for hooks. It's hard to organize without room to organize. And fur also, I'm not sure if this is what they call, ooh, I just had it. Something strips. Something strips. Zonker strips. I'm not sure what if that's what this is. I didn't take it out. Maybe I should do that. Because this is a nice indigo, not indigo, like an indigo. I'm just gonna cut this plastic off so that the sticky part doesn't keep grabbing onto things. Oh, that's soft. I can see why crafters would drive you all nuts, because this is really soft. And this would make excellent trim on a shirt or something. Very soft. I'm not exactly sure what it is. It's a long strip. Feels almost like rabbit. Wish I still had a rabbit, that's for sure. I'd be hacking all kinds of fur off of them. Had a rabbit for 5 years, so he was full grown. So he lived well past his lifetime, and his name was Honey Pie. White. But, oh, there's these ones. I don't know if crushing these are an issue. Oh, dang it. Might try to choose another bag, but these will go all together. And then these feathers I already had. I had a big box of just cheap marabou? No, just turkey feathers. I think marabou is something else. I think it's turkey feathers. I think it's like the really soft bits. I could be wrong. No, because they called that something else. A whole new world. And let's see. Shoot, there was something that I wanted to say. Oh yeah. Fierce sickness. The UV light really did help with the smell. So I keep forgetting to bring it outside to let the sun do its thing. It really helped with the smell, the rubber smell. And yeah, there's the colors. I pulled out the softest ones, but it's kind of like a Thanksgiving craft mix, and but like no points, so you can't. I saw in a video where they pinched the feather and it made a nice point, but these don't have points. But the ones that came in the kit do. And I think maybe I'm a little jaded with craft supplies and how fast they go, so I haven't touched any of them because I feel like by touching them I'm wasting them, and because my skills are definitely not there yet, and like I got a little curiosity with my shrimp attempt, however, no bites. Well, I feel like they tried to give a little nibble here and there. Here's those biotics. I could use, maybe I'll use this bag for these. I don't really want to have to dig through all the colors to get the one I want and crush them. They look a little rigid right now, but when they get fluffed up, they are wonderful, I think. And I really want to do this one pattern. I just thought this kind of the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. Let me pull up the video and I'll put in. I really hope I remembered to save it, but I probably didn't. So I did a liked videos. It's the colors and the vibrancy. Oh, there it is. Beginner predator flies. Fire tiger. And the colors are just out of this world. I really can't wait for Christmas because I feel like there'll be a lot of tinsel. A lot of tinsel to choose from. And they are putting a Walmart in. I don't know how long it'll take. I mean, it took like 2 days, it seems, for them to make the Publix. And at least we'll have like tackle, in-person tackle down the street, essentially down the street. And that thing is gorgeous. I don't want to repeat like so much, but I just wish I got into this sooner, because dang it, incredible. And like even maybe calling the zoo. I'm not the biggest fan of the zoo. I like feeding the ducks, and I get that like the albino gator wouldn't survive in the wild. It's just such a small, I don't want to sound like, you know, I know what I'm talking about because I don't. But it's such a small structure. And all I know is, like circuses, I like circuses when it's just people. But like, last time I went to one, it was this the words I wanted to describe got stuck in my mouth while I'm practicing. It was a huge trunk full of tiny little dyed dogs, and I'm talking bones. I didn't have a good time. And I do have a bucktail, and I'm like thinking I could probably just Sharpie this too. It is so different than the feeling, and I get that every single fiber has a different feel and it has a different behavior, and this is just night and day. And there's got some color to it. Like this brown is gorgeous as is, and I could also make this black, and then the white could be anything. And it does have cuts in it, so maybe this was someone's for fly tying. And irregular cuts just about everywhere at different lengths. So that's what I was trying to call Corbett for today, because last time in there, the other, like when I posted the walkthrough and the vultures, there was a deer leg, and there was a hunter right there. I could have just asked, but dude looked a little too badass. Like, I was just like, ah. I'm a very shy person. But, like, all kitted out and, like, mustache and all these bags and looked in the zone, and I didn't want to interrupt. And, but it's so expansive back there. I'm sure I'll eventually run into some turkey feathers, and as it gets cooler, it's going to be paradise back there. It's a little brutal during the winter or the summer. Alright, so maybe I'll need another bag. Got legs. Got your basic legs, and then those green things, I think, are for that. Alright. Before I forget, I'll put the gold bead chain in here. I just got a flashback to Toy Story. Oh, yeah. There's a character. Sid was my favorite character. Toy Story, I really liked it as a kid. But Sid, I think his name was Sid. Toy Story Creations. Yeah! The hooker. That's funny. I remember the little fishing pole lady with the legs. The red hook on it. That's funny. That's one of the childhood movies that stuck with me. I really did, Alright, so maybe this will be like architectural stuff. Got eyes. I have proper eyes, just been too afraid to use them. So I made some sequin eyes, kind of replicating your stick-on eyes. So this is architectural, as in eyes, earplugs, because I've read that they make really good bodies for top flies or floaty flies, and I really want to make an ant with wings. That's what these wings are going to be for. Let me hear them again. I don't remember if I... And they're probably a little too big, so I might try to fly first. But out here there's really big bugs. The horse flies are wild. I could grab the thing. Well, I have a specimen jar here. And this is just some old propylene glycol. It's not supposed to be this color. It's supposed to be clear. But horsefly, and then that's my fingers. Huge. They're huge. They sound like drones. Like, not even drones. They sound like little choppers. Like that. Right in your ear. And then they have the small ones called deer flies, I believe, or yellow flies. And those are worse. Knock on wood. Haven't got stung by a horsefly yet. But the deer flies, yes. I didn't know they existed until one landed on the stripe of my Adidas pants. The stripe, anybody who's had Adidas pants, the stripe is a pretty thick piece of fabric. And it was just sitting there. I took a picture. Stung the crap out of me. I don't know how a fly this big has a mouthpiece so long that it could get through Adidas stripe. And an Adidas stripe. And like a welt that doesn't go away for a good week. And those are the most brutal that I've run into out here. And really, really brutal. Alright, so this is probably going to be all kinds of chaotic, but that's okay. This is chenille. And, oh, will the feathers fit in here? Just trying to get away from this big thing because It does a different swordfish. I was looking for marlin, but they didn't have one. They had a swordfish though. I want to make a silver one and put a big black eye on it. So if anybody wants a swordfish, you know, not the most useful thing, but I quite liked it. And I actually have one in my tackle bag because every now and then there'll be a kid that hooks themselves and they're unconsolable. So my idea is just hand them one of those, and their parents will be like, yeah, because it's always heartbreaking to see. Parents will be like, you know, fishing, and I mean it is brutal getting hooked. Last time there's this like really funny dude that was just like, it's alright baby, I hook myself all the time, and he showed his hand and his hands are all messed up and the kid's like, ah! But yeah, and then I bagged them and everything. Found these two little feathers in the feather mix, and I was like, hey, those look like cackle feathers, and I think, you know, they could be used, so I'll put them in here. I should, no, maybe I should put, no. All these little bits, I really need to get that, can't see, of this, okay, maybe I'll do that actually. Yeah, why won't I do that? Oh, it's gonna be a pain, but that's okay. I have a thing of all these little drawers, and I could put all these jars on this desk and that drawer thing here, because then I could just, forgetting what I have, kind of, slows me down. I'm gonna just put these in here. And I did find some copper beads, and the holes are at an angle. I got them for like drops at the end of earrings and chain tassels, and they're nice and heavy, so I think I'm gonna try to use those for heads. And so all of this, I'm not sure what these feathers are called. And I got nice specs on them. Let's see. Oh yeah, did I show this already? I went ahead and painted the head black, just like the recipe called for. So now I've got a nice German fly, right? Is the ketchup in the inside, or is the mustard on? That's how I remember it as a kid. Yeah, the ketchup's on the inside. German flag. Yeah, ketchup's on the inside. Oh, a nice German flag fly. Gosh. I don't know if it's gonna fit. Oh, I have this thing. I think it's for papers. Oops. Don't really do a lot of resin art anymore. I have a ton of ripped up money that I just find and put it in resin stuff and packaging. Cool. I have a spot for it too. And then any old books I keep, these I painted the back of the paper, just bronze. And then these I could cut out and put in picture frames or make my own frames over the paper because it's sealed. Make little hanging art pieces. Keep that in. Bunch of rhinestones and stuff like that. I don't know how to say Jordanus Maximus. Rest in paradise. But he's talking Lefty Crave's ear off right now. But interestingly, what is a little inspiration? I just created this when I was doing some drawing. Quick reference to random angles and stuff. Okay. The glitter off a bit, and wires and dust. Okay, cool. Because the stuff I just I mean, any craft that I'm working on, I will go for it for a few days and then reorganize and then maintain that pattern. Keeps things from getting a little too chaotic, because they already are. I wish I could open this. This, for soldering, comes in mad handy. And holds the bobbin out of the way when... Alright, bam. Because then, all this marabou and marabou-like stuff could go here. And... like, I'm not sure what these feathers are used for yet. I call them pen feathers, or no, nib feathers, because they look like something you would write with. And maybe this will just be feathers, and I'll hide those in the back, and then I'm like sure to use them. I mean, work with them. And those are all dyed anyway. Everything there. And then here, I'll put more natural feathers. That is incredible. I wish I knew this existed. It would have been over for y'all. And I've had this on everything. Just, it's the most beautiful. That green iridescence. Oh my gosh. Hats, everything. I used to only use found feathers and maintained that for years. However, life is a little shorter than I thought it was, and I shall buy my feathers if I so please. I will put the hackle feathers in here so they're all together. And I really don't want to lose these at all, but I will put them up in here. That's nice. And then, ooh. A little dusty in there. Maybe this will fit. This is fur from old jackets, and anytime I find ripped pieces of fur, I just keep it for crafts, because for hats. I used to make like 1940s style hair clips, fascinators if you will, but super poofy. I'm not exactly sure what this could be used for. A lot of under fur. But there's a few pieces in here that's like wonderful, like this. I'm not exactly sure where this is from. I got this in a box from the family whose son was a trapper. The mother I actually have known since I was a kid, not personally, but at the South Florida Fair, there's this one part at the beginning called Yesteryear Village, and it's always been my favorite. It's an old, it's an old, like, fishing village. Well, they have an old post office, church, and, a bunch of, like, a candy shop, and, reenactments, and, the one lady who ran this little, like, early pioneer house right next to the fishing house, was my favorite. She would always have like furs and skins draped over everything. a fire going, and it turns out she also did reenactments and had this 1960s travel trailer that she absolutely jam-packed of antiques. Antiques I've never seen before, preserved species I've never seen before, and it was immense. However, long story short, she tragically passed away. Her divorce was just finalized, and she was mowing her lawn, but in their back area there was a canal, and she fell in on the lawnmower. It pinned her under. She drowned in like a foot of water. And they still haven't found her glasses. At that point, they might have, no. Really, really soul-shattering stuff. And I couldn't believe it, because I knew that lady, and the reason why they told me is because I was like, oh my god, this reminds me of Yesteryear Village. And yeah, really sad. And ended up getting tons and tons of stuff. I'm talking trunks, multiple days, going back, filling trunks, and there's a lot of stuff I regret not grabbing, because they could have made so much money with that stuff, and they were like giving it away. And there's just some stuff I like wouldn't allow myself to take. I'm like, no, that's like worth too much. I can't take that. And like stuff that I really regret not grabbing, like they had a spinning wheel. What was it? A huge wagon wheel. Could have been on the wall. And really cool stuff like that. So maybe all fur will go in this bag. I'm just gonna consider that fur, because even the fur that's too fine, maybe it could be used for dubbing. And I have a box all ready to print out, and it's just a box, and the lid has little holes in it, so you could grab little bits of it. Alright. Crap, this is not going as planned. Because tools I'm just gonna have laying out. And this thing has been really useful. I just printed the most basic one I could find, and it's been wonderful. I haven't really figured out how to use this yet. The fur stacker, I can't really figure it out. Maybe it's supposed to be bigger. I'm not sure. It fits right in this little thing perfectly. I can't believe it. This is cool. Okay. Ooh. Oh, what is that? Oh. I really like watching live streams. I didn't really discover you could flip through them until relatively recently. And I was watching a guy repair car. I don't know much about cars yet, but learned all kinds of things. I think I'm gonna put this in here. It's the very sad dubbing noodle, or dubbing brush I tried to make. I think I put too much fibers on it, but I might do something like this bit. I'm not sure. I was gonna get it wet to see how it acts. Okay. And I need a thing for scraps like this, and because there's some full lengths of flash in here, and I'm in learning mode, so I'm using a lot of stuff. I feel that's like dead end pieces, as in won't catch fish, not even easy on the eyes. So I'm really trying to make sure not a single inch of anything goes to waste, which that's pretty much how I behave around craft supplies anyway. I pretty much salvage for supplies, as in yard sales, flea markets, thrift stores. So a lot of the stuff that I've always used is really hard to get more of or find more of. Like, I used old glitter for the longest time, and old glitter usually is like foil folded to get the refraction. See, there's whole strips of flash in here, and some legs. And, oops, put the legs in here. I really want to try this crab, so I really want to get this organized. Called an EP crab, and I have that. And again, it doesn't look like the EP that I see in videos, but it's just low quality. And I did learn a little bit about rooster versus hen yesterday. Like the rooster feathers are longer and pointy and good for dry flies, but also streamers, especially the low quality saddles. And then the rooster or the hen feathers are rounder at the tops, better for wet flies. And it was really fascinating. I never really picked up on all the differences. And I do know there's a ton of people with roosters and Rorabecks. Wow, Rorabecks. When you get feathers, what's the best way to like sanitize them? My guess would, be the sun, because I could probably use this box or a box and put glass over it to keep them from blowing away. I wish I could tell this story, but it's confusing. A woman's cat passed, and I was going to make a portrait out of the fur, and I still feel so bad to this day because a tropical storm rolled through within that exact night, and it blew the cat fur away. It had UV baking. Here's the wing that I lost. I'm gonna try to do it this way too. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's a little better. Using this tiny little point from these, you could get a nice point to it. I think that'll get me closer to termite wings. Really want a sharp point on it. Cool thing about termite wings is all four of the wings are the same size, if I remember correctly. And there's tons of termites, so maybe that would be a good thing to try to replicate. Can't get it, the Tiffany. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. Oh, okay. You know what? I'm gonna use this one that the fly kit came in with the materials. Let me make sure this is. And still have to resin seal that. I'm just gonna. As much as I love my foam holder, I think I'm going to just keep them in here. And then probably hide forever my first attempts. That's my very first attempt. Well, one of them. And this, I don't even know what this is supposed to be. Like Bird of Paradise. But that was a gift. And same thing with this one. It's deer hair, I think. I'm not sure. This shirt is very 1980s field trip. Like socks. It is from the 80s. Socks and Reeboks. I'll keep those on there. Down there. Oh, I didn't mean to do all that. Fell right off, so those go in the corner because they're very bad. I may or may not have. Alright, this, I want to try it so bad, but I'm just so afraid to waste it. And another question I would have is blunt ends buck hair. Is that fine? Because see, you have these natural taper, because that's the natural end of the tail. But these are blunt cut, so I wonder if this acts differently than this. Sure it does. Where should I put it? Just have it sticking out, I guess. But I know that will color a lot, like very easily with the Sharpie. Okay. And then this, I'm not too sure. I don't want to use tape because it's Florida. The humidity can make the tape a little tacky. So I'm thinking either, and not a rubber bands. Rubber bands melt like crazy. And I found a leather worker's scraps, huge piles of leather, and this like rubber wrapping that I'm guessing for the crops handles. However, they stored it with the black electrical tape, which is usually fine, but it must have been in the garage for a long time. It was so tacky that I tried to, you know, salvage it, but it was a little too, ooh, that would be a nice tail. Huh. Thinks that would be a nice tail. Just like that in the tails. So my only idea for this is to try to cut this plastic. Yeah. Because then I could just store it like that. Bam. Didn't have an opening in the plastic. Stay. And this wire just went wild. Pretty decent little set here. I've been able to. The only thing is I'm not sure how to use these. Oh, okay, that does say poly yarn. But I'm not sure. I can't find any more bobbin holders to print. And I found a lad selling off all his fly tying stuff. Moderator shut off commenting. And the guys Facebook, you can't message them. But I'm not sure how to use them because all the bobbin, I only have one bobbin holder. So this size. I mean, it will hold this size, but I think it's not like why. Oh, that's a lot better. Oh, sweet. That moves. The small bobbins, like for sewing, doesn't move at all because I'm guessing these little barrel things are too much at an angle rather than where that curve is. That angle allows for a lot of movement. I wish I knew that. There's so many colors in there. But yeah, I'm probably gonna change color anyway. Really like the red a lot. I have many favorite colors, but red is definitely. Oh, that's what I needed to write down. I guess red flash, you could really replicate like an injured fish. And I don't have red. I have pink, but not red. And the shopping list gets bigger. Yeah, it's empty. These are great. I don't remember where I got these, but really great for crafting because then you could essentially put everything in here and also drying. Really nice. I wanted to attach UV lights on it so I could use this as kind of a curing box. Good. And then, oh, I don't even think I'll use this. I think everything has a... I found some nice little lures for me. Okay, but the hooks need replaced. And I'm not sure how to do that. I'm thinking instead of trying to unravel, a little dirty, but instead of trying to unravel this eyelet, maybe a, what are those, like a spiral ring, a split ring, and then a new hook, because they're really pretty. I'll be real though, I kind of want to take the beads from them. I think they're quite nice. Wondering if anybody has made bracelets with those. I'm sure. I've been looking for kits to make these style, because spoons, everything likes shine, and these bits, like hook with a little piece of shrimp on it always does good, but when I put a little spinner on it, oh my gosh. Okay, well, maybe I'm gonna keep the hooks in here. And I do have some weighted hooks. I keep meaning to try to paint them. Oh yeah, they're dubbing. Maybe I'll put that in this stuff because it's dubbing, rabbit dubbing. And I have all this that, like, I got this really vibrant pink from a pom-pom, just brushing out a pom-pom. And all these are just various materials. I know I'm using too much of the stuff. I also put these hooks in there too. It's just got some long saltwater hooks and some big hooks and small hooks I've been using for practice because I'm not sure what they're made out of. Oh. I thought I felt something in that. Okay, actually no. Tools will stay on this way. And architectural, I don't know why I'm calling that stuff architectural. And I'm gonna put this swivels back in the tackle box. Got a little cheat sheet for blue heron and some things to try to replicate. And after I get this desk cleared, I'm gonna eat real quick, and then oh yeah, free weights at Blue Heron. Never, even if you just go to the beach, always go where they fish. So much tackle, so much tackle. I found a ton of pyramid weights. Could actually pointed these out. Somebody had a brown paper bag, I guess, and it was all disintegrated, and there was tons of these half-ounce sinkers, egg sinkers. Can't believe it. I always find a few sinkers, but not a cache of like brand new ones. I keep forgetting to set up another sewing bag or sewing kit for out and about. I'm gonna just keep the light on this side. I try to keep this little box like lint rolled, but futile. I'll put this in here. Inspiration. And I have to call, the call failed when I was being transferred to the volunteer department because I think that'll be my best bet, finding locally sourced materials. Oh, your great-grandma's peridot ring. Let's keep a brush here. Oh, what is this? was beads, which didn't really work. So I'm gonna put these back away. These beads are just a little too bulky for the things I've been working on. But this, however, incredible. Look at the iridescence. And it's really sturdy. Bling string from the early 2000s. Huge rolls. Huge rolls. So, oh, maybe I could use that for Flashaboo or whatever. To wrap it around my hand a bunch and then cut. Just like I would do for tassels. I'll put this under. And these, got some mono. Still haven't tried a glass Venmo, but I watched a bunch of videos on it last night. Been trying to find more. I like watching lefties. I don't know many fly fishermen yet. Notable humans for sure. I really only know of Lefty right now. Also been trying to put together stuff to make dubbing wax. I read that it has petroleum jelly, grease, wax, and paraffin wax, all this stuff. I mean, I'm sure everything has different. And then I read that bowstring wax works alright, but maybe I could make some, even if I use like bacon grease, to keep it like workable. Because the paraffin wax is a block. The beeswax I was able to melt down from one of the, there's a camper up there that's infested with bees, and this winter I'm definitely gonna move it. Did not expect, obviously the honeycomb's full of honey is gonna have weight, but I didn't expect it to fall apart immediately when I tried to pick it up and move it. So maybe I'll be a little bit more sturdy or something during the winter, and I really gotta get it in a box. Have the box already, just haven't been able to move them. And bee suit makes it pretty dang fearless in there. It's just the honeycomb itself. So I think the next attempt, going to try to use this wax and you cover these comb sheets. I think I'm gonna get that. Almost there. I just need a little box for scraps like this. I'm just gonna put this over here for now. My goal is to finish clearing this. These, like, I don't really need this. It's a jar full of little toys from Christmas crackers and Fun Depot. And a few I found like on an abandoned houseboat, like this puzzle. Just cut my phone. Oh, this is from the lady who passed away. It's a washer and dryer. That's what it says. Yeah. So what's this? I thought was pretty cool. Very nice. It's a top made out of just you know, a slice of wood. There it is. Oh, that's really nice. And there's one more top in here. The Inception top. I think I saw the movie when it came out. I'll be real, I had a bad habit as a kid falling asleep in movies. It's just so dang dark in there. So I don't remember much. But I remember the top, and I found one for $1 on eBay. And it's a really nice top. It's so sturdy. But this is one of the things I found on the houseboat. A little steel ball puzzle. Really like that. Ew. Oh, I better get that. A plastic soccer ball. I don't know why I keep these things. But nice try. And I got some jokes from Christmas crackers in it. And What do you call a crate of ducks? A box of quackers. And some of those paper crowns. Brought 2 bags. Scoop one. Woo. Got a jar when we both went to Food Town of pickled cabbage kimchi. I like any pickled cabbage though, and wow, finally found some in a glass jar, and I bought some from I think Publix a long time ago in a plastic jar, and it was just, there isn't much crunch in it, and the stuff in the glass jar, because they're all spoiled. There was a woman that made it fresh, and some of her blends had carrots and different vegetables in it. Some was just cabbage, some was cabbage and peppers, and really fantastic. And it's been really difficult to find something. I love cabbage, and so found this jar at Food Town in a glass jar, and the jar is almost gone. That's so good, and it wakes you up in a way. All right. So I didn't make anything today, but through the roof. That ooh, shoot, it's called Japan Dry. I lost my little notebook I have up here that I write all this in. The P-Ducks. And Japan Dry. And you mix it in with the pan to make it dry. This stuff is next level that it exists, and I freaking forgot what it's called. I try to keep a mental log of any form of tools and supplies, because there will come a day that I used to go to tool shops just to walk around. Japan dryer, hey, good. Progress. Living far from civilization, meaning far from other people. It's I used to spend a lot of time in any local shop for any reason, and I applied to Georgia so many times, too many to count, and they always looked at me like I was crazy. These are beads. So this might. I'll put that there. They're just beads that I dug out of. I have an arsenal of beads. All these are bags of beads. Over there is all plastic things of beads, and down there is those plastic like storage bins of beads. And so I just grabbed a few out of it that I thought were like appropriate for fishing, because even to protect knots from sinkers, nice bright colors. You ever fry the cabbage with bacon? Ooh. No. That sounds like a godly mix, though. Anything with onions, I mean bacon too. On they finally started selling pork belly at the Publix, and I haven't seen it since. But it's like really thick bacon, and it is really something else. I did follow a recipe once on it, and it I can't remember what I put in it. It was incredible though. 'Cause the only time I had pork belly was the one time I went to New York. I've only been there once, and I put jelly. So what was it? Oh yes. I don't have Shaoxing wine, but I used cooking wine. Sherry. I had no idea. It elevates to heights I did not know previously. And even in meatballs, cooking sherry. I couldn't believe it. And there's something, I think it tenderizes also, but off subject. Well, I mean, that's not really off subject, but last time I made meatballs, there's a, oh gosh, what's her channel called? Souped Up Kitchen. I love that woman. Her recipes are very easy to follow and whole food friendly. And yeah, Souped Up Kitchen, or Souped Up Recipes, and a lot of Chinese food, which incredible like flavor combinations. And that's how I started using the sherry. But I never really thought when making meatballs to add just a piece of bacon and mix that with it. I also used a food processor, which I haven't done before. I used to just mash it up and form balls. However, I used the food processor with with a piece or two of bacon and the sherry. And oh my god, they were the greatest meatballs I've ever had. Definitely ever made. And even grabbed some wonton wrappers to make little pot stickers, and they were good fried and steamed. And that meat mixture I could eat every single day. Souped Up Recipes meatballs. I do want to put it in the They were so good. So I mean, by food, I just remembered something, but I can't say it out loud yet. I don't have the balls. But I think it's this one. Can't remember now. Might have been the dim sum meatballs. And it didn't have daikon. I can't remember which recipe it was. So I'm like halfway. I think it's this one. Juicy meatballs. The cooking sugar, oh my gosh. I've definitely had that flavor before, and I would have never known how to recreate it or even get close. And it's something so simple. But, oh, that makes me hungry. Was it this one? Oh no, and using baking soda to tenderize, I never really. Is it this one? I think it is, so I'm just gonna share this one. This is the channel anyway, and this shirt is so frumpy. Feel the season change, so it's starting to kind of dig out my cozy clothes because it's getting warm. It gets really cold out here because the grasslands, I think, act like a giant air conditioning unit, and there's no shield for the wind. But I think I'm really going to try to stay active. I hibernated a little the last few years. I had a pet pig, an indoor pig, the love of my life, quite frankly. Best friend I've ever had and probably will ever have. I've accepted that. But I have a gator now, though, so that's pretty sweet. I was gonna put the canoe in the canal today. I just, curious about its behavior, and I think it must be just very used to people, but I've been avoiding going down there in the canoe because of Mr. Thomas Nathaniel III. And there's usually always gators. Sometimes there'll be 5. And that's the most I've personally seen at once. And if you shine a flashlight down the canal, I call it the Nile, and this is why, even though they're alligators, not crocs. But I'm sure one day, you never know what is going to be found in, I mean, Nile crocodiles or in the Everglades. They're so silly looking. They got the pointiest nose. But I really love reptiles. One thing I always wanted was a bearded dragon. My cousins had so many reptiles, and they were like, you know, just a flashback. I didn't like losing as a kid because I was the youngest girl, and like this is the early 2000s. Like the internet was like E-bombs world, and anyway, I used to have mealworm eating contests, and I won, like, every time. But you know what? Yeah. Really, I was really into eating bugs for a long time, until that man of many lives, Bill Gates, started promoting that shit. Not sweet. Like, I'm down for the bugs. Like, and a lot of the survival shows, I've seen so many, more episodes of people walking past logs, starving, walking past logs, not even tipping them, not even kicking them to see the freaking land shrimp everywhere. And I've never seen someone make salt yet. There's so many survival shows, I'm sure I've missed it, but salt would be like the first thing that you make. I mean, if you get placed by an ocean. And, oh, shit, give me more weight a little bit, because he's a big boy, he's not like a small gator. Like, the gators that are usually down there are quite small. And this one he's got some, not only girth, but he's got the length. He is a big boy. Very curious, does not come up, and if, like, maybe that's a red flag. When a car comes, he gets right back down, and he's got a lot of it. Well, I mean, every creature has, like, immeasurable intelligence, but he just moves so different. Moves like something that's been like hand fed. I watch a lot of gator videos on YouTube, and it reminds me more of gators that are in the sanctuaries that people come and could throw drumsticks to them. I really hope that nothing negative happens to them. Once there's like a gator leg on the side and a boar leg. And then another time, the biggest gator I've ever seen was just without head and on the bank, which I didn't get that. Why would you just take the head? Like for art piece? But I thought the meat and like the tail was like, so I still don't understand why. $24. What's 2024? Be aware of Africanized bees. I don't think the ones in Coates Camper are Africanized. They seem pretty, you know, chill. Like, the only ones that landed on me is because I dripped a bunch of honey on me and they were just gathering it up. And none of them were dodging my face or trying to, like, like get in. I was pretty taped up, but they weren't even trying to get into like yeah. See how simple it is to make salt? I never see people make salt on the survival shows. A lot of them will be on the ocean, and it's like, there's your minerals, and way to make anything taste delicious. And a lot of plants taste like pepper or peppery, and like even Spanish needle leaves. And there's a lot of those holly trees that produce pepper. Some people say they use the Brazilian pepper, but like I would say 1% of what I see, and then the rest are like, no, that makes your stomach hurt. But I know, I think in California they have pink pepper trees. I always wanted to see if anybody could sell me some of those. That sounds like trees. Pepper everywhere. Pepper's so expensive now. One thing of black pepper is like well over $10. And I use a lot of pepper. Yeah, Pig was awesome. His name was Blue, and I wish I I have some jars of, because I save every bristle that I find, and I really want to incorporate them into flies. I just want a little bit better skills, because I want to catch some fish with them. And I can get some coffee real quick, and then probably utilize this nice free space. Free real estate. It's been a while since I've been able to sit here and not knock things down. And it's been I don't really keep the computer up here because it takes up a little too much room, and feathers, like they're trying to now, like getting in between the keys, and been really trying to avoid that. But Code printed this out for his Steam Deck. Usually I have this just flying all over the place. So I've been able to watch videos without like keeping my phone in my hand, because I may or may not have obvious ADHD that has not been looked into. And if my phone is in my hands, I will start scrolling and never stop until my eyes physically fall. But oh, my phone's dead. And in a second here, I'm gonna try to get the phone fixed, because right now I'm between two phones, and this phone does not work. I don't know, battery's dead. Ooh. Oh, I did get this. Thank you code for the 15-pound test line. I may or may not have messed up a few times, and I'm very worried that I caused a kink or two in the line. However, this is just going to be for, you know, getting out there. I wanted a two-piece because I could put this on the backpack, even though I didn't really think of the this is a thick, it's a thick part. And it doesn't fit in the bag, so I might stitch some velvet rings on it, because I have this cart, but with some PVC pipe, but I don't know how easy it's going to be to walk that all the way into a swampy area, and it's such an immense area. The beginning, though, there's this little cabin. I'm trying to find them, because I'm guessing they hunt a lot, meaning a lot of fur and a lot of feathers, and that's exactly what I need right now. Feathers are quite... I have been looking at like 4B saddles, because I believe that's like the lower quality, which is perfect. And I know I have a saddle, a hen saddle somewhere, a small one, and it's green, it's olive, so it will go perfect with that olive stuff. That worked really well. But I can't find it anywhere, and I've been digging, and I might eat, and I'm either gonna try to make some more bait fish here in a little bit, or go through this. I have this massive this all sewing stuff and resin stuff, and all that might be concealing it, because under that this is pretty neat though. Found this so yard sale. Freaking love this so much. But under, I never finished these. I got this kit to make these yarn. I got this far. I didn't cut out the pieces. It was already like that. Save that for a rainy day. Too much stuff, but there's some sewing baskets, and the feathers might be in. Where is it dust? I really don't mind daddy long legs and their weird dusty pants. Webs. The mosquitoes out here are really intense, and they help a lot. Like, you can walk in at night, mosquitoes everywhere. What are they? Mosquitoes everywhere, but within a few minutes, the daddy long legs get some. And I'd rather spiders than malaria. Got a bunch of species out here. If you study mosquitoes, like the salt marsh mosquitoes on the west coast are pretty brutal, because I feel like they're really fast. Someone gave me those. I said, I know you like copper. And it's amazing how soft it is. So I'm using this for resin, because it's got a really nice red hue to it, and super soft. From a motor, I'm guessing. No. This is pretty cool though. It's a needle pin cushion, but someone made it with mason jar lids. Couldn't pass that up. Ooh. Nice little basket too. This is the box I think it could be in. One of the boxes. My grandpa's box. Another nice pin cushion. Friends are like rainbows. Bring laughter to your eyes. And this is just a. Oh, those are nice. I haven't opened this in a while. All shell buttons. They're quite fragile. All shell. Ooh, no. Ah. Some really nice big ones. Some buckles. All shell. Big buckle. This is my favorite buckle though. It's so smooth. Whoever made this, incredible. Dang it though. I really remember it probably was there at one point. It's just, it has so many feathers on it, and I could really use that right now. And I don't think it would be in the other baskets, because that's just more tools. Uh-oh. does this even exist? Okay, but oh, cool. Den 2. I have a big bag of patches. I'm trying to consolidate that kind of thing. Anyway. Cool. Instead of making a sewing kit, I just put these in my tackle box. And the only reason why I was making a kit is just in case I had to stitch something, whether it be a bathing suit strap or an eyelet. Dang, it's definitely not in that bin because that bin is just stuff for those sewing machines. Damn. Well, halfway there, I guess. There's a few more boxes. Just don't know. I definitely have it because I saw it not too long ago. And I'm not sure if it's a breast or a hat. What was that? It's not called a breast. It's there are saddles and crap. Just making stuff up now. Saddle, hackle, birds. What's schlappen? I keep running into that. Cape. Saddles are the rear and tail, I think, and the capes are this board back here. I could be wrong. That's what I got from it, but gonna eat real quick and then either figure out what pattern I'm gonna try. I really want to make some more for the canal because that's always accessible, and I never know when I'm gonna fish, and I'll be able to spend as much time as I want giving stuff a go out there, and there's lakes and stuff like that. So I'm gonna try to make some freshwater stuff now, and yeah, and it's getting nice and cool outside, so I'm gonna be able to be out longer and at night because the mosquitoes are really brutal. And the plants getting caught in those are a little brutal, but the canoe solves that issue and could fish different spots of the canal, because right now I just kind of fish the shore, but that's only because I could see exactly what I'm the fish, and I really don't want to hook a turtle unless I'm in the canoe or on the shoreline, but I can't because the gator. So I wanted to try the canoe to see like if how to work around him, if you will, because I don't want him to go anywhere, but I also don't want to be eaten alive yet. Gosh, got a little life left. Anyway, I hope y'all have a beautiful day. Thank you for joining, and it's one of my favorite sayings is when the stars are aligned, or stars align for that. But anywho, gonna eat, reconnect out there a little bit. Hopefully gonna be doing a more proper stream, because the streams through Kinto I think are ideal. I just don't know how to do it myself, and multiple viewpoints and could show things on stream, and it's easy for y'all to join if you want, and you could share video, audio, all that, and really try to make it as interactive as possible, because the more interactive, then the more information could be shared. And yes, I have a scrambled egg brain. However, I am a relatively quick learner, and I always down to learn new things, and because information that can't be used now will be needed in the future. The human body finds itself in many situations, as well as the human mind that is attached. And so all information is golden, and never hesitate. Feel free to drop any advice, any recipes, any songs, bands, anything really. Very vast planet, and the eyes could only see so far, and that's why I love the internet, because it's like people observing and then like instilling like this that's why like AI I didn't mind, because it's like you're interacting. I mean, you're not even really I don't know. Like, you're interacting with all of the information, and it's just like all that information in a balloon, and like someone drew a face on it so you can talk to, and like interactive information. I wish it wasn't so you know, like, if you ask it something, sometimes you have to reword it, I guess, because of like filters and no-nos or whatever. However, ideally it would be nice to be able to interact with all information like unbiased, or it just says whatever but so many different I don't know, talking myself into a circle. Hungry. Happy trails and have a beautiful day, and I shall return with a slightly more organized desk, and make some freshwater lures this time. Yeah. Thought I found my phone, but the phone's here. Anyway, happy trails. Love y'all, and thank you for joining and hanging out, and yeah, always welcome, and oh, that would be nice. I know that like it just like reminded me of a comment I read earlier on Facebook. It was really bizarre, because RVs are like a part of not just American heritage, but like another bit of human heritage, and like caravanning in Scotland is really big to this day, and same thing here. And the Route 66 trip would be freaking blast anywhere. In an RV. I always wanted to do a trip where it was just for gold sifting for gold, and because where do you sift for gold? Gorgeous streams and rivers, and you could fish, cook out, camp, everything, and find some actual treasure. And yeah, future is bright for that reason. Happy trails. If you ever pan for gold, please let me know, because that's one of those long time dreams. Panning for gold and mudlarking. Oh yeah.